former Hacienda nurse who worked alongside Nathan Sutherland, speaking exclusively with 12 News. This source tells me they couldn't imagine anyone committing this heinous crime, but when they found out it was Sutherland, they were not surprised. A bully. That's how an inside source describes Nathan Sutherland. The 12 News I-team speaking exclusively with this former Hacienda Healthcare nurse just moments after the 36-year-old's arrest. The source not wanting to go on camera out of fear of losing their job, but saying they worked the night shift with Sutherland. They say Sutherland routinely picked on other employees. Since the victim gave birth on December 29th, our source says Sutherland frequently called out sick and remained quiet at work. Even after the arrest of the nurse, questions remain. How did the pregnancy of a disabled patient with round-the-clock care go unnoticed until she was giving birth? 12 News trying to speak with Dr. Tan Nguyen at his Chandler home for answers. Nguyen, the victim's doctor, now suspended. We also tried to get a hold of Dr. Philip Gear, the doctor who performed a physical exam on the victim on April 16th, when he noted that the victim had a firm belly, but no mention of pregnancy. Neither doctor answering the door, but a woman who answered Dr. Gear's phone, telling us no comment.
Those people should have someone looking out for them, not somebody like that taking advantage of them.
The entire community stunned by the news of Sutherland's arrest.
Yeah, that's him.
Especially those who lived next door to him at his Gilbert apartment.
Super quiet guy, he said hi once.
They, along with our source, hoping for justice.
An individual that can just go in as a nurse and rape somebody like that is just absurd, incomprehensible.
And we're continuing to gather information from this source, in particular about how this woman's pregnancy went unnoticed. We'll bring you those answers as soon as we can. For now, guys, back over to you.